The Secretary of Homeland Security is defending a controversial idea of separating illegal immigrant parents from children at the border. John Kelly met with a handful of North Texas reporters today talking about some of his plans. Fox 4's James Rose was one of the reporters, but James right now is in our Dallas newsroom with the latest. James.
Heather, Secretary John Kelly did not talk on camera, but made it very clear he is passionate about protecting and securing the southern border.
Yes, I am considering it.
Monday, Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly told CNN's Wolf Blitzer he's considering a new tack on illegal immigrant families entering the United States.
Our Department of Homeland Security personnel going to separate the children from their moms and dads.
We have tremendous experience in dealing with unaccompanied minors. We turn them over to HHS, and they do a very, very good job of either putting them in kind of foster care or linking them up with parents or family members in the United States.
Off camera, Kelly answered questions from a small group of reporters in Dallas about what some would call a hardline tactic. To him, the bottom line is that smugglers are exploiting women and children, and a strong message needs to be sent to immigrant families.
So I think it's something that you have to consider. You have to have a deterrent, right?
Former Border Patrol agent Hector Tarango, now a security consultant, believes the message will get through.
Anytime any action happens here in the U.S., it'll trickle down to that country.
Kelly, who visited the Texas-Mexico border shortly after being sworn in, says the law gives the U.S. government the right to separate migrant parents from children. But he says the real focus should be on the growing body count of migrants on the border. Last year's death toll, the highest since 2013.
The coyotes do not care. They're going to leave them behind.
Kelly says children are already being sent alone from Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras through Mexico on so-called beast trains. Many, he says, are raped, put into the sex trade, or forced to join gangs or cartels.
I would do almost anything to deter the people from Central America to getting on this very, very dangerous network that brings them up through Mexico into the United States.
Now, while Secretary Kelly talked a lot about illegal immigrants and families entering the United States, there's no timeline on when or even if this proposal of separating families would become a reality. Steve?
All right, James Rose, thank you.